Okay, so good morning, everyone.
Mhm.
So my screen is
Yes,
all. Okay, so today we will discuss a new topic, which is working with media, right? Like how we can store the media. For example, user is uploading the image, then how we will handle the image and how we can display that image on user interface, and how we will store that image on server, how we will do the configuration for the media. But before going this topic, let's discuss about something in previous project. Previous project, like there was some issue regarding ticket values. So let's discuss that first. Actually, when we are using the faker module, so faker module most of the time does not take the guarantee to give you unique or correct data. It's just a fake data. We are just testing whether we are getting records in our database on. So it is not the real data. So we should not much worry about the duplicates. So in order to keep the roll number as unique, what we can do, we can use this attribute, which is fake dot unique dot random. And here we can increase the range. We can say from 1 to 1 lakh. Between this, we have to give the number. So there is less chance for the duplication, and we are using here unique random. So we are using unique random integers, so it will give the random value. In case if it is giving the duplicate value, it is generating duplicate value in case. So in model, we will say in model, we will say, okay, so roll number we can mention here, unique is equals to 2. So this roll number column will not allow to store the duplicate values. So like this customization we can do. Otherwise, there is one more field which is ID. So in each model, there is ID by default. So that ID we can use as a roll number, right? On admin panel as well. Here, instead of uh, instead of writing roll number, what we can mention ID as well. So ID is always unique, and the number will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. So it could not be because this is the primary key in you.
Hello.
Yes.
If you want to give custom ID, then how to implement?
And
If you want to give custom ID, hello?
you want me to give custom ID?
Yeah, we want to apply custom ID, then how to?
I didn't get you, but what I'm understanding is from you are saying how we will customize the ID.
Yeah.
But why do we need to customize the ID?
No, generally when sometimes with inbuilt ID is given also, but still we will use UID something like that. So yeah, I want a custom ID field, then how to generate?
Okay. so that customization and everything we will see the later. We are not discussing the idea in details. We are not mastering about this particular things. Please try to understand the concepts, and later you can like explore it more. Right now, so I'm just giving you your idea. You can implement it by your phone. So as of now, let's see this whether we are able to avoid the duplicate or not. Okay, so our server is running. So explore the local host. We have admin estimate. So let's delete this data as of. So now let's run the faker module. So py fake.py, right? So how many records you want to insert? Let's suppose 10 records. So record inserted successfully. Now let's check whether we are getting unique roll numbers or not. Okay. So let's run the server. See the admin panel. So we are getting this, and let's see the count. So we are getting unique roll number only. There is no duplicate roll number. So like that we can do. But if you are executing the faker module second time, so there is chance that duplicate data because it don't know about. Okay, and one more thing, like how this how this roll number attribute is getting the faker data, because when we write fake dot unique dot random, so it maintain a set, it implement an internal set, and in set you cannot keep the duplicate values. So this unique dot random integer by default implement the set which avoid the duplicate value. So that is why we are using here unique random. Okay, so let's run it one more time. Let's give 50 records and let's refresh it. Okay, but before refreshing, let's run the server. So here, as we can see, we are getting the unique roll number. But one more thing we can do, what we can do, instead of okay, so in the admin.py, we can display here ID as well, and we can use ID as a roll number. So student dot. So let's see as a student. Okay. So this roll number is generated automatically because this is nothing but ID field, right? So here it is displaying ID, and on UI we are displaying it as a roll number. So these are the two ways you can do, right? Okay, so let's come back to our new topic. What we are, what we have create one card something like this, where one section is for image. So here we'll keep the image, and the image will be uploaded by the user, right? And here we will keep the name of this product and description of this product, and one more thing which is price of this product, and there will be two buttons, right? We create two buttons as well, right? So the first button name is buy, the second button name is add. Okay, so like this we have to design the multiple cards, and we can generate more card from the admin. Like means admin can generate more than one card. So this is something we are going, right. Okay. So for this card, for the first card, let's create the model. Okay, because we have to store the card details in in the database. Okay, so first of all, we'll create the model. So model we will create. Then after the model, we will create admin, okay, so that we can insert the data from the admin panel, and we will create one view as well. We'll create the view so that we can render the data, render the card on template. And for rendering the data on UI, we will create the templates as well. Okay, so what? So these are the things we have to do. And one more thing, here we have to do one more extra task. We have to understand like how to configure the media URLs, how to configure the media, right? So in order to configure the media URL, what we can do, we need to set, one is media URL, and we have to set media, like physical address, right? So these two things we have by working on this, right? So this is nothing but call it logical path or logical address, and this is the media root edge and known as physical address. Okay, so let's try to create the model first. Right, let's try to create the model first. So let me just open a new folder, right? So here let's write A9, right? And here we have create the project. So let's write the basic commands to create the Django project. So Django add start project. The project name is media project, right? And go to the project location, create an application, py manage.py, start it, test it, right? Next step is install your application in settings.py file. So, I mean, here we have tried our application, which is tested. So this is how we registered our test application in settings, right? So in the at the same time, let's create the templates folder as well. Templates, and inside the templates, let's create test step folder, right? Now let's configure this template folder settings.py. So what we will write, we can write here template dir and paste direct. Here is folder, and here let's keep it there in dirs. Okay. So we configure this template folder as well. Now let's go to the model and create one more. So what's the model name? So model name is course, right? And it will inherit model. So models dot. So this course model is inheriting which class? Model class, right? So here we'll create the fields such as name, description, price, and the important field which is image, right? Okay. So name from what we can write here models dot character. Name is what? Character field. Model models dot character. Maximum length is, let's suppose 40. Now the description. So models dot, we can make it character fields as well, but instead of making it character field, we will make it text field. So we will get a large box, So we can make it text, right? And if you want to make it required, means description should required. Okay, if you want to make it required field, so we can mention here null equals to true. What is the mean of null equals to true? For example, null is equals to false. So what does it means? Means not okay. But when we are writing null equals to true, means this field is mandatory, means required, right? And after that we have to write price models dot which field we can say decimal field, right? And here we can write how many decimal places we required and how many bits we required. We can mention here maximum digits. So we want up to 10 digits and decimal places. So after the digits, we want decimal places like 2. So there should be only 2 decimal places, right? And there is one more thing we have to implement, which is image. So image models dot which field image field, right? And here we have to write upload to. So it will ask you where you want to upload, the media. So we want to upload the media in a folder name, let's suppose we can say product. Okay, so this is the products field. So when user will upload the image, so it will be upload on the server and there will be a folder in a server which is product. So in that products, all the media files will be upload, right? Now what we need to do, we need to configure this media file. Okay. So what need to configure? So we have to configure two things, right? So we need to configure two things. One is media URL. Okay. We can say this is what logical name access media files. Okay. And the second is we have to give media. Okay, so media rule is what? Physical address. We can say path, physical path of the- right. We can say this is the shop address, and this is nothing but we can say the products where all the products are kept. Okay, so now what we have to do, this media URL and media rule we need to define in settings.py. Okay. So in settings.py, we have to move the settings.py file, which is in the media project, right? So here, if you will go down, we'll see the static URL, right? So here only we have two things. One is media URL and media root. Okay. So media URL. and media. Okay, so media root will be the physical address of the media. So there will be a folder which will be created automatically when we will run the server, which will be media. Okay, so that media folder we will access which with this URL called media. Okay. And the physical address of this will be base dir. So base dir is what project location, and inside the base dir there is a folder called media. So these are the two things we need to do. Okay, if you will see in models at line number 10, we are mentioning here like upload into the products. So where we will see the image files or media files. So we will get one folder which is media, right? So inside the media folder there will be a folder called products, right? And in this products folder we will get images. So it will upload in the media folder. There will be a products folder, right? Now let's register our model in admin panel. So how to register? We need to access the model. So from tested dot models import course, right? So what we can mention here, we can simply register it by writing admin dot site dot register. What is the model name? Course is the model. Right? Now what we can do now, this is the model class. This model class we need to convert into the SQL table. Okay, I have to convert this course model as a into the table. What we need to do, we need to translate this model into SQL code. Then we need to execute the SQL. So for this we need to write the commands which is make migration, py manage dot py, make migrations, right? So what's the error? Showing code. So in this place the slash we need to keep the slash here. So let's run one. Okay, so make migrations means our model code is translated in SQL, but will we get the table SQL table? We need to run the translated SQL. So for running this, we need py manage dot py migrate. Right. So now we can see the table in the database. So in database we got the course table. In course we have ID, name, description, price, and image. Right? And as we already registered this model in our admin, so we can access our model from the admin as well. But how we can access it from the admin? To access it from the admin, we need to access the admin panel access we required. So in order to get the access of admin panel, we need to create the super user. So make a super user py manage.py, create super user. Okay, so it is asking the name. So name is admin and password is 123. Yes. Okay, so admin has created. Now what we can do, we can run the server. py nh.py run server. Okay. So we can go to this location. We can see our server is executing. It is running. We are getting default interface. Now let's go to the admin panel and here write the credential and log in as a admin. Okay, so we have here our course model which we have registered. So it is asking add course. Okay, so it is asking to add the course, right? So we can write the name. Name is what? Stack development. Course name is full stack development. Okay, okay, let's search here. So let's search here. Search here. Gen.
Module 1.
So what will I need description. So for
एक्चुअली को
description,
पूरा कोर्स सीखना यानी कि
the description from
एक्चुअली को पूरा कोर्स सीखना या
so I'm just keeping the dummy description only, or let's push. Now what we want, we are writing the price. Suppose 20 now. Now we want image as well. So go to the desktop. Let's suppose I am uploading this image. So let's click on save. So one object has created means one record inserted. Okay. So you will see here, if you will notice here, you can see here one folder is created. What is the folder name? Media folder. Okay, if you will see in this media folder, so inside this media folder, we have one folder called products. Because we said we have to upload our images at which location? Products location. So inside the product location, we have our image. Okay, so this image we are getting here, right? So this is what we are storing the media file. Now what we can do, we can create the view, right? Right. So you will see here on admin panel, I mean in database, it store the location of the image, means path of the image. It will not store the image inside the database because the load will increase of the database. That's why we keep media files on the server and we keep the path of that location in the database. Right. So now let's create the view. Okay. So let me write here. Okay. So product list view. So where is our product? here is our model from tested dot models and import which model course model, right? And what we have to do here, we have to write ORN, right? So what we will write here course dot objects dot on. Okay, so here all is what? All is a method which returns what? A query set, right? Or we can say nothing but it will return the course list, or we can say product list return. And we will store that product list inside a variable called courses, right? Now, what we need to do, we need to return the response, return and render request, right? And we need to write here where we want to render. So set the test step. So inside the test step, let's suppose index.html file. Okay. So where is the index.html file? Inside the test step, index.html file. Right? And we have to send this also courses. So what we can do, we can send it as a context. Okay. So as a dictionary, we can send it like courses is a key, courses is a value, right? And if you don't want to write this context, so that is also okay. You can remove this context keyword from here, and you can directly send your course details in the dictionary format, right? Now, in the index.html file, we have to write the HTML. Okay. So let's write HTML5 here. One, let's check whether it's working or not. So how we can check it? First of all, we need the URLs. To access this view, there should be URL. Okay. So let's create the URL. So here we have urls.py file, right? So inside the urls.py file, the- so we will write here path, and we can write here courses, right? So which view is containing course details? So which is course view? Let's write it course view. So more, so more meaningful. Course view is more. So this is we want. So from test code view, right? So from test we have to import views. So from views we have we need to course view. Let's write forward slash here. Okay. So now let's check whether we are able to access the like, this HTML page or not. Let's go to the courses and see we are getting the hello world response. Okay, so let's write the condition now, like whether course is available or. So we will write the if condition first, check whether course are present or not. So we will write here Django template syntax. So here we will check if courses. Okay, and let's write the end if as well. Start the if and okay, if courses, then display this message h1 welcome course page. Okay. Else if courses are not available, so we can create the else, right? In else we can mention h1 no record, no, no course. Okay, so like that we have to display the message. So let's write some css as well. So let me write here style. Let's give it id. So we want it green, make it red. Okay. So green, background color is what? Keep it green, not an issue. Red. Okay, so red here, red is not a color, it is ID. So background color is what? Red. Okay, so here text color will be white, and here also text color white. So let's see whether we are getting CSS or not. So we are getting here, welcome to course page. If we will delete the course, what it will display? Okay, no course available at this moment. Available spelling is wrong. Correct spelling. Check. So correct spelling. Right. Okay. So now what we have to do, we have to display the course details. Right. So in order to display the course details, what we need to do, we can create the card. Right. We can create the card. And in order to create the cards, let's use the bootstrap. Okay, we can create the bootstrap card. We can integrate the bootstrap. So this is the CSS. Let's copy here bootstraps, bootstrap CDN, paste it here in the head. Right, thing we required, which is this JavaScript CDN. I mean bootstrap script CDN we required. So let's keep it here. Right. Now we have to display our card, our course details in the form of card. We can display in the form of table as well, but let's suppose we need to display in the form of card. So what we can do, we can go the components. In components, we can click on cards, and in cards, we can see the card, right? So we can copy this simple card. We can copy this card, right? So before creating the card, let's create let's create one container first. Okay. So dot container, right? And let's give some padding. Wait. Okay. So padding top. So py4. Okay. So this is the bootstrap container, and what we can do is we can paste the card, right? So here we have to write the image, right? And here we have to write card title. The card title is nothing but course name we have to write, right? But this is we have to write for more than one card. We are writing for more than one card. We need to write here for loop, right? So we will write here for loop first. For okay, so for course in courses, right? So what we are sending from views we are sending courses as a dictionary. So from the courses we are getting one course at a time, and we are displaying that course card. So let's suppose what we have to display. We will display the image and the course name. So here we are writing course name is like course name is what? Whatever information is stored in the database for that this particular course, that course name is. So here I will write course dot name. Okay. And here instead of writing this, we'll write the course description. So in the database, we have course description as well. So right here course dot description. Okay, so course dot description, right? So are we getting anything? Okay, no issue. Let's complete this first, then we'll check. Right, course description. Now let's create one more. Okay, let's keep it h2, right? Let's create one more heading here, which is course price. Okay, so for course price, let's write here bootstrap class, right? So we can say card text, okay, font weight, let's say more. We don't need to write font because heading already. And okay, so now let's write here course price. So course dot price, right? And after that, instead of making this, what we are doing can create here one class which is card. It can create like card footer, and we can write deflex, display flex, and justify content center. can write here. Like we will create two buttons. So that two buttons should be in single row. That is why we are writing display flags justify content with me. So here we have to create two anchor tags. Okay. So one is for buy now. Second is for add to cart. Right. Let's keep it hash. And let's give the button class here. Button bootstrap class. So it should looks like a button. We are writing here btn. btn and write here info. Okay. And we can write here sm. Right. And width is what? Should require 50%, 50 width. The similarly here also. Let's change the color. Right, the success. So let's see what's the problem, why it is not displaying. Okay, so we need to see, we have written here for loop. So we need to end the for loop. What we need to do? We need to end the for loop. So we can write here and for, right? We can write and for. If we will see here now, okay, so right now at this moment it is saying ports are not available. But let's write here. Let's add one ports. Okay, so ports name is full stack development and description. Let's take this description. Course price is let's suppose 30,000 and course. So let's download one image. Let's take development. So we can take this image. We can save this image. Okay, so this is need for this the new page. So let's just take the screenshot of this image because we want JPG files. So that is why I take screenshot of C1. So now we can load the image as well. Save. Now go to the card. It's saying welcome to the course. Okay, it is displaying the description, okay, but it is not displaying the. So we forgot that double quotes. So it is displaying the button as well. So it's don't write card. and let's just mention here px. Let it be. Now let's set the image. So in order to get the image location, we need to insert the image here. So where is our image available? Where is our image available inside the media? Okay, so if we will see here, we have this media files. Inside the media files, we are having images. So inside the media file, we have products. Inside products, we have images. So what we will write? We will write here products dot image dot viewer. Okay, so image URL. So let's see we are getting image or not. So still we are not getting image because we need to send the, we have to configure the path of this image URL. Where we can do this? Where we can do this inside the urls.py. So we need to concatenate here two things. One is root, right? So what we need to keep here two things. One is, you can say, media URL, and the second one is document, right? So what is this media URL? This is nothing but, you can consider it as name of the shop, okay, where people visit. Okay, and what is this? What is this document root? So document root, we can say this is what store root, where the goods, or we can say images, are actually kept. Okay, so these are the two things we need to concatenate. So we will write here plus for concatenation, and we will write here static. Okay, so now the question is, where is this static file, static function? So this static function is available inside the static. Okay, so from Django, inside the Django package, we have config. In the config, we have URLs. In the URLs, we have static. So inside the static, we have static, right? Now, what we want here? Want here media URL. But the question is, where is media URL? If you remember, in the settings.py file, we have created media URL. In the settings.py file, we have created media URL. So this media URL we need to access. So how we will get the access of this media URL? So in order to get the access of this media URLs, which is in settings.py file, we need to import here settings, right? So what we need to write here, from media project import settings, right? So what we will write here, we can mention here this media URL available in the settings.media URL, right? So we have fulfilled the one requirement, which is media URL, which is the shop name. Now we have to tell the where the goods or our images actually present. So document root we need to mention, document root. Okay, so what is the document root? Means logical, which address? Actual address. So where is our actual address? This is what? Logical address, and this is what? Actual address. So actual address is what? Media root. So we need to write here document root is nothing but media root, which is there in settings and media underscore root. Okay. So we have specified two things here. One is logical path and second is physical path. Okay. So now let's see whether it's working or not. So still it is not. Let's run the server. Still it is not displayed. Let's see what's the issue. Okay, so what we are writing here products. Actually, we have to write here course, right? Because our course is containing the course information, and inside the course table we have okay, inside the course we have course information. So instead of writing product, we need to mention here course, right? So see, now we are getting the card, right? So we are getting now card. Let's suppose we need one more card, so we can add here course name. Let's suppose Django with RestAPI. Okay. And let's write some description. Let's write the price. Let's upload the picture. Save. Right. Go to the UI and what we can see here, we are able to see another card. Right. So let's do one thing. Just give this like index.html file, design it in a nice manner. We will ask ChatGPT to design this. Right. So logic will be same. Keep the logic as it is, just and just design much better. Okay, so we got the product page, I mean course page, right? So this course page which is already designed nicely, here we can mention, here we can give this. Let's see. Okay, so here we are getting our cards. Okay, like this we are getting cards, and if you want to add one more course, that is also we can do. What we can write here, course name like Python, Python programming, So Python. So let's search here. Python. So let's give this description, right? And let's write the price here. So let's write 12,000. So let's download one image. So let's save this image and write the Python, right? So here let's click on choose file, this Python file. Let's save. So we are getting this. Okay, so we are getting our course detail. So this description is not looking nice. We can keep short description, save this. Okay, so like this we are getting our like card page. Okay. This and keep it here. So so like that we can complete this. Okay, so your task is, what is your task? Your task is to design the home page, because I didn't design the home page. I have just designed the course page. You can design the course page, you can design the, okay, you can design the home page, right? And on home page there should be a link to go to the course page. Once someone click on the course page, it should display this page, right? Okay, so that's all for today's guys. And let me just push this code on GitHub. Okay, so you can find this on GitHub as well, right? So day 9 video project, right? So here we are getting, so here we can see our today's project, right? You can implement it by yourself. Don't copy the code. Just take the idea and write code by yourself. Thank you everyone for giving your value. So bye, bye guys.